The peanut butter cup. It's an amazing and potentially perfect snack. Our proclivities for it are well known and often lamented fact of YTD lore. But can you make a great cup by using less than a gram of sugar? Today we embark on a quest in which we will encounter 3 snacks and ask, "You tried that?" You tried that. I'm Nick Norrick of the Pal. Shade Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Yo.
Were you guys aware that today, December 5th, is National Bathtub Party Day?
Bathtub party?
I guess.
I was aware. Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
What do you
I got
think
that
it means?
circled on my calendar every year.
Wait, Novak, is that why you're recording from your bathtub right now, like completely naked?
Yes, and there's other people here
Yeah.
as well, having a party. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it is. And it's I was looking up the days, and it's also National Ninja Day.
But when do we have Ninja Bathtub Day? Is that coming up?
Next week.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
Mhm.
good. I don't think I'd want to have a party in my bathtub. It's a little small, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How often do you guys actually take a bath? When do you actually ever take baths?
Never?
Yeah, never. I mean, we have in our bathroom, it's a shower only. So like, we have a bathtub downstairs, but like I honestly can't think of the last time I took a bath.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe at a hotel or something when they had like a huge jacuzzi tub or something. I guess there. But
Yeah. I'm shower only. I like the regular shower, golden showers, showered with money, all the showers.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. Showered with money, commonly referred to as a shower. Showered with attention, showered with affection, all the showers. Do you take baths?
No, it's too much work. It's like
Right.
sit and wait for the tub to fill up. And as Geiger knows, we recently got a hot tub, so that's like any chance I would have of taking a bath would be gone. Because like the only reason I would take a bath is not to get clean. It
Yeah,
would just be like to sit in the warm water.
because with the bath, you're just kind of soaking in your own filth for like 20 minutes or however long you're in there.
How dirty
Right.
are you that there's Phil floating in the water with you? Pigpen over here.
I get in, and there's just immediate film of
Soap scum floating to the
just
top.
of Reese's cup just floats to the top.
I feel like baths are a movie thing. Like you always see movies and TV shows where someone's like got like the candles on the bath and like a glass of wine, and they're just like the woman is in there relaxing from a long day. It's like a bubble bath. I've never known anyone in my life to take like a 2-hour bubble bath and like read a book. I think that's horse shit.
Mhm.
Well, I just made up. I shouldn't say it's horse shit. It's a fine way to spend your time, I guess. Like, do your
I'm
wives
okay
ever
if they
take
do.
like relaxing bubble baths or anything?
No.
No. Well, actually, my wife would on occasion. So I know people do it, but yeah, they don't light the candles and incense
Right.
and everything. But that doesn't sound bad. I mean,
No,
it's better than the probably ways we're spending our time. So,
right.
Mm.
so Chad,
Yeah.
you went to a pet store, right? There's no transition to that.
Yeah. Well,
2 dogs in a bathtub.
my dog does need a bath. Actually, he's due for a bath. So I went into the pet store this week to pick up some treats for him. Napoleon was running low on treats, and I'm over kind of in the corner of the pet store, and then just looking at the different treats, trying to decide, which one.
Underscore
to get.
Napoleon Pulley.
Yes, at Napoleon_Pulley Instagram.
Okay.
I'm over 1,000 followers now, so I'm not as desperate.
I thought it was your dog. Are you been running this Instagram the whole time?
Oh fuck! Oops.
Oh.
Edit point. So I'm over there, kind of minding my own business. I know the employees know that I'm in there though, because like they saw my dog come in. They always like, I go to this pet store kind of frequently. They always like say hi to him, give him a treat, whatever. So they know I'm there. There's another guy checking out, and he's buying a pink leash. Okay. And then after he finishes paying, he says to the cashier, he says, "Hey, I'm going to run out to the car real quick. And if my wife's not okay with this color, is it okay if I come back in and exchange it?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, that's fine." So he leaves. He is literally 2 feet out the door, and the cash register lady just immediately starts talking shit about him to the other employee. And she's just like, these fucking guys, like, who they like come in, and it's like, what difference does it make what color your leash is? And then I'm like, what? Like, did they forget I'm here? So then she starts telling some story about like how somebody wanted, like, they bought a harness. This woman bought a harness for their dog, and then they came back in the next day and returned it because their husband refused to walk their male dog with a pink harness, and like wouldn't even, like, she's like, he wouldn't even take him out in the backyard or whatever. So but they're like just talking trash about this guy, like, while I'm in there, which I thought was a little weird, because then I'm like, I better be on my best behavior when I buy these treats, or else, like, as soon as I walk out the door, they're gonna be like, this fucking guy with his treats and his 1,000-follower dog and stuff like that.
This famous fucking dog.
So what do you guys think here? Who's, like, should the employees, are they justified in thinking that these customers are stupid? But also, should these employees be saying this stuff while I'm standing right there?
No and no. I can't imagine giving shit enough about what color reason people returned. It's not. Is it a locally owned? Like,
yes.
It's the owner who is talking shit about this?
Well, it's not the owner. It's actually a new employee who I hadn't seen there before, but it is like a local shop. It's not like a big nationwide chain or anything.
So it's not just like someone that works at PetSmart.
No.
I don't know why that changes things.
I was going to say, does it make it different? Like, I think, look, as someone who deals with customers a lot and has done so in my lifetime and has disliked a lot of them, I talk shit about customers plenty when they deserve it. But, like, there's
even
nothing
when they don't.
Even when they don't. But there's nothing to be gained to doing it in front of a potential customer's face. There's no
right.
You keep on a professional demeanor until the store is completely done. You take off your pants, you sit back and relax, and you just talk all the shit. That's what you do.
You gotta take off your pants to talk shit?
Well, yeah.
I know, you gotta take off your pants to take a shit, but I don't know about talking a shit.
To take all the shits.
I get a little bit of them complaining because it's not, like, it's just a shitty retail job, and
yeah,
what good is it if you can't complain about it? Any job, really.
And I think it'd be one thing if, like, that guy was being a huge asshole to the employee and, like, being difficult or just being dumb, and, like, they leave and the lady just kind of looks at you and, like, shrugs her shoulders or something. You know, you're kind of both making fun of the guy, and, like, that's happened before, and that makes sense. But some guy just asking a very basic question of, if I don't like the color, can I return it? That's like a basic business transaction. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Right.
If the guy's dog has less than 300 followers, I think he deserves it. But if he isn't...
Yeah, they do have a sign that's like, but they don't even let you in the store unless you have 800 followers. It says 800 or
800 or GTFO, it says on the door. Just a picture of the Instagram logo.
Yeah, and I also, the guys are kind of weird for caring about what color the leash is.
Right.
That's the part where I was like, because actually my boy dog, does have a pink leash now. Or no, he has a red leash and a pink harness. In my defense, the picture of the harness looked red on Amazon when I bought it, but then it showed up and it was pink, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, doesn't that automatically make the dog gay? No. Is that not how that works? I mean, why? Like, that's what I mean. Like, why does that matter?
No,
it's a dog. They don't even.
It means he cares about breast cancer or something.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Right.
The aren't dogs colorblind anyway? Like, I don't understand what the problem is. That's such a stupid dude. Like, I'm not walking this dog if it's got pink leaf. Like, that's just so
Yeah.
dumb. And he blamed it on his wife.
Give my dog a pair of truck nuts.
He doesn't have his actual nuts anymore, so I got him some truck nuts.
I'm getting my dog off of fucking Instagram. That's for hippie. It's on farmersonly.com. This dog's gonna get lots of tail out there.
So I recently came across a boy and girl difference from raising girls.
Girls wear pink leashes.
I'm walking my kid with a pink leash. Some guy gives me shit.
Sir, the dog, your child is choking. Oh, is it because it's pink?
So, when I was a kid, a boy growing up in like a smaller town, and you go out and play, you have to go to the bathroom. You don't run back to somebody's house, right?
No, you just piss your pants.
Right.
You find a bush or a tree somewhere to go behind and you piss, right?
Right.
I've done that thousands of times in my life when I was little. And so I don't think much of it. Like, grew up basically with me and my brother, my dad. So now that I have daughters, they're getting older. Of course, we stop for gas. They drink something. 5 minutes out, they have to piss. Right. And so I say, well, it's a long time until we have a place to stop, so we can pull over. You can go behind those trees over there. Not an option for girls. They have no interest in doing that. They have no interest in doing that. But like, I still like, well, if you had to go bad enough, but yeah, they're not. Yeah. So, Geiger, I assume run into the same thing. Chad, your daughter's not old enough to get there, but you guys also, would you, as an adult, if you really had to go, would you feel okay like finding a tree to piss behind?
It depends on how like populated an area we're talking about. Like, if this is like still like in a subdivision, like I just feel like there's too many houses around that could see my wang. Like that, I don't want to get arrested for like public exposure.
It's just in some dude's front lawn.
Well, like I one time went on a date and we drank some, had stuff at dinner, and then we went for a walk into this random neighborhood that was in the area. We just went walking, and I really had to pee, but I didn't want to be like weird around her. Till finally, like, I was almost stooped over a walk. I'm like, look, I gotta be up front with you. I really gotta pee. And she's like, oh, just stomp and like knock on one of these strangers' doors and ask if you can. I'm like, I'm not asking a stranger if I can come in and use their bathroom. That's fucking weird. What's even weirder is pissing my pants on a first date, however. Right. So we really need to hurry this up. So we like went back, and I literally couldn't make it to inside the restaurant where we ate. So I kind of peed behind the dumpster, and like these two ladies almost saw me when they came out. And I could have got arrested, I think, because my wang was out. So that, I mean, yes, I guess I would do it in an emergency. I just
cops really got nothing better to do than arresting a guy that's pissing behind a dumpster.
How many more dates did you have with her?
Like 2. It was I don't think it was because of that, but yeah, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid too. One time we were at church, and I really had to go. And you're supposed to go across the street apparently to the rectory or whatever. There's a bathroom there, but I didn't know there was no bathroom in our actual church. So I just, like, in a panic, just sprinted into downtown Saukville, which, I mean,
there's no bathroom in the church.
There's no bathroom in the actual church. There's one across the street in like where we had like CCD and stuff. But like, I didn't know that. And apparently that was a well-known thing. I was supposed to go get the key. I had no idea, but I had to shit really bad. So I like sprinted into Saukville. Like, when I say downtown, I'm talking about like a single street light, but still, like, I'm running and I could not find anything open because it was Sunday morning, and I'm in a panic now. So I ran into the park near like the elementary school and shit up against a tree and used leaves to wipe my ass. So I think they shut the park down for a good month afterward. But but I was just in such a panic, I didn't want to dump in my pants. So yeah, I guess I'm proving that I will do that, but I would not encourage it. Obviously not with my daughter. That'd be weird.
Jed, you're in the city, so it's a little different.
Yeah, but I mean, not only would I happily do that, I've done it pretty recently. Like, I actually, well, I'm sure I've done it more recently than this, but the most recent time I can remember was like about a year ago, actually. We went to Yosemite, and on the road to Yosemite is like a winding road, like a 2-lane winding road. And because it was like up through the mountains, my daughter ended up like puking on herself. I think she's got a little car sick or something. And so we had to pull over on the side of the road. We're like still 45 minutes away from like the actual, like where we're going, the cabins or whatever. And so I'm like changing her clothes on like the side of the road. And then I just realized, like, look, I just gotta go. I'm not waiting. And so, yeah, just like piss right there off the side of the road in the forest, cars driving by. I don't give a shit. Like, my back's to them, whatever. It's fine. And so, yeah, I've definitely done that many times. I have no problems with pissing in a bush or whatever.
All right, so ladies, we want to know why you won't pee on the side of the road. So, please message us and let us know.
Just squat. Come on.
How hard can it be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 guys instructing women how to pee. Yeah. Anyway, just do it.
I don't want to keep pulling over. Damn it.
There's nothing worse than like pulling away from a restaurant or a gas station, getting back on the freeway and like a long road trip, and then 10 minutes later, Dad, I have to go to the bathroom. Like I literally, someone did that, and I just went, God damn it! And I'm not like I'm racing home for any reason. It's just like
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You have a temper. That's true.
And then I drove into oncoming traffic.
That's why you need to carry like size 15 diapers and just throw one at your kid in the backseat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'll put on this diaper in a moving car, and then shit into it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Let's eat some food.
All right.
We've got 3 snacks. We rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. And we're going with the big bite first. Russell Stover Pecan Delight. It's pecans and caramel, as all it says. So it's pretty large.
Now, I think these are very similar to the turtles that we tried not so long ago, but like a bigger version. So that's what made me interested. Aren't those pecans and caramel, basically?
Yep.
Yeah. This is basically about the size of like an oatmeal cream pie. It seems like it could be like a little Debbie snackish in size. It's very rich. Oh, fuckload of chocolate in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the chocolate to pecan ratio is a lot higher than I thought based on the cover art.
The top is very thick. And there's like the pecan is in the chocolate layer on top, right? It's not underneath it or in the caramel.
It does not resemble that picture on the front.
No.
There's like no pecans in this thing. It's basically like a Milky Way caramel in disc form.
Yeah, the front it really looks like a huge layer of pecans and a huge layer of caramel. But when you bite it, you see barely a nut in there. So, Geiger, what do you think? Is there more nuts in this or on the back of a pickup truck?
Or on the back of an emasculated dog.
Yeah. There's less nuts on here than there are less nuts on a man who would buy his dog a pink leash. No. Yeah, I tried to find some more nuts, but I pecaned. I'll just wait for you guys to laugh.
Chad hasn't fired you in a while.
That there didn't. I'm just remembering this now. Didn't somebody like invent fake dog nuts? For like,
what?
Huh?
Hold on, I'm gonna Google this.
I just remembered.
I read a news story.
Oh, by the by.
Neuticles.
Okay.
So
like if they have their balls replaced, you mean?
Yeah,
like,
fake dog testicles made this man a millionaire.
What's the point of a millionaire?
First, did he sell one pair for $1 million?
This 64-year-old inventor and entrepreneur created neuticles, silicone implants for male dogs to replace testicles after neutering.
But for what? For aesthetics?
I guess. I don't know.
Are these for dogs at Westminster or something? What's the point of this?
In attempt to save his dog Buck from suffering the physical loss of his testicles, Greg Miller came up with the concept of fake testicles for dogs made up of silicone. The vet told him he had gone nuts, but that didn't stop him.
See what they did there?
No, I've gone nudes.
they've got different types of neuticles: original, natural, and ultra.
Ultra?
I'm getting an ultra if I ever have to lose mine.
Oh, ultra. Even Kim Kardashian got her adorable pooch a pair of these prosthetic implants of the ultra. She chose ultra.
What is the ultra, like, huge?
Yeah, what's
or
the
like,
ultra model?
Does it light up or something?
They're 60% softer in rigidity and a little heavier on the purse.
Oh.
Wait,
And encrusted in diamonds.
Who is, like, squeezing the dog nuts to be like, yeah, these are the right level of flexibility, you know, the fuck.
Recently, a male elephant in a zoo was suffering the loss of his privates. Greg customized watermelon-sized $2,800 neuticles for the elephant.
Oh, he got the ultras. Wait, what? Hold on. Elephants have watermelon-sized testes?
I guess so.
I think I would have noticed that. All right. Well,
so wait. So this dog's supposed to be tricked into thinking that its nuts were not cut off?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm confused with the suffering part. What are they suffering
I have
from?
a dog who was neutered later in life. At age 13, he was neutered because he had cancer in his balls. And he does not give two shits at all that he doesn't have balls anymore.
Well, maybe if he had the ultra, he would.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. All right.
Great.
Great.
What do you think of this?
Pecan cluster. It's fine. There's no pecans in it.
But there are neuticles.
They replaced this candy was ashamed to replaced all of its pecans with ultra pecans, which are stretchy versions of the real thing. It's the chocolate tastes fine and the caramel tastes fine. I'm sure Chad will follow up by saying the chocolate is not good, but I think the chocolate and caramel taste fine. I think it's false advertising. If you had just said it was like a caramel chocolate, I don't know, hockey puck or whatever, you'd believe it, but there's no pecan in it. I will say it still tastes good. I don't care too much about the pecan being gone. So I'll say it's still a like that, but yeah, not exactly what they advertised.
Chad?
I mean, the picture on the front makes it look like it's going to be watermelon-sized pecans in here. But instead,
right.
nary a pecan was found. They're
more like nautical.
Mm-hmm. So they're
yeah. Uh-huh.
I actually think it tastes pretty good. It's a little too sweet, perhaps. I do wish, actually, I don't even really like pecans that much, but I wish there were a little more pecans there, just because that's what they advertised it with. I think something like this with peanuts might be really, really good. But I think overall it tastes pretty good. I actually don't think the chocolate's that bad. It's just a little too sweet, but I'm going to slide it into a low level like that.
I see where you guys are coming from, but I'm going to downgrade it a little for the no pecans.
I think
the
that's
taste
fair.
isn't bad, but the name of it is Pecan Delight, which would imply there would be pecans. There really is it's not like the ratio is bad. It's like they're hard to find and nearly absent. So the taste is still fine. Russell Stover chocolate, still a decent chocolate. There is just too much of it. That top layer of chocolate is too thick.
Yeah.
So there are some issues, but I'm going to give it an indifferent to that. Still a decent start, 2 likes and an indifferent. Let's go to the Lemonheads next. Lemonheads, just that popular candy that everybody knows. I have not had one in a long time, I'm sure. I'm guessing you guys don't eat a lot of Lemonheads.
No, almost
No.
never. And these are like one of those movie theater snacks that I'm like, why the fuck did you ever buy it? But we had tried a couple disappointing lemon things lately, and so I thought it'd be fun to give these a shot.
So is the best way to eat a Lemonhead to bite it or suck it?
Oh, I thought these were squishy.
It seems
I
like
guess
you need
can't
to
chew them, though.
suck it for a little bit to soften it, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I bit mine. Oof.
Yeah, they definitely some sour candy.
So they're small little, like BB gun size or BB pellet size. The size of a BB gun.
Size of a BB gun. There's one in a large sleeve.
Did you guys know my brother when we were kids? He like shot a BB gun into our back sliding glass door and shattered it.
No, that sounds dumb.
Yeah.
What was he aiming at?
Probably me. I don't know.
I just wanted a BB gun. I never got to have one. Probably because I would have done something dumb with it.
Trying to shoot the neuticles off some squirrel that ran by.
That squirrel needs a second pair of neuticles. It was hard not to catch him the first time.
Oh, you know what? They're not BB gun sized. They're neuticle sized. These Lemonheads.
Not for an elephant. These are hardly watermelonish.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, what do you think of these?
I don't know how much lemon I actually taste. I mean, I guess it's there.
What?
It's literally the only taste.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, what I'm saying is, it's like
What in the fuck? Seriously, what?
I don't know how much.
I thought you were making a joke about the pecan cluster thing at first. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
What I was gonna say.
I'm so confused. I'm like, I literally checked the box to make sure I ate the right thing.
What I was gonna say is, I don't know how much lemon I actually taste because I taste so much that it's. No, I was trying to say it is more of like a generic sourness. I feel like that the lemon is kind of more artificial there. Like, this doesn't taste like biting into a lemon, right? I guess it's, if I wanted that taste, I'd just eat a lemon.
I'm just saying, when do you do that?
We did that on this podcast.
That's true, I did. It's true.
I guess if you just like suck on it a little bit, you get a little more lemon flavor. I had just straight up chewed the last couple. I don't know. These are, look, I like lemon a lot. These are actually better than I expected, I think. I don't know. I think I might actually like them probably more than the pecan thing. I'm gonna give them a like that. I think they're all right.
All right. I'm gonna agree with you on that. They are all right. I'm gonna disagree with you on the no lemon. There is one and only one flavor to this candy.
Is it head? Let me guess, it's head. It tastes like a head.
These, there's something about, like, I don't love eating them that much, but I keep going back for more.
Yeah.
Right.
I could see that in that way they're like good for a movie theater, and it would take you a while to get through them. If you just like left them absentmindedly on your desk at work or something, you could get through them.
Sounds like you love them.
I could get through these before.
If you had a
the
spare
end of time.
change drawer full of lemon heads, you could probably work your way through them.
Let's be honest. When I'm at work, like if there's just something, it doesn't have to be that good. I'll fucking eat it.
Jar of mayonnaise.
But I'm actually going to give it a low level like that. I think they're decent, and I think I would. Between this and the pecan cluster, I'm eating more of these. So
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a very low level, but a second like that. Geiger?
There's definitely something about sour candies. I think, like, they leave your mouth kind of dry, and like the aftertaste isn't good, so you want to eat another one to replace it with that sweetness or that flavor again.
Mm-hmm.
So that has that going for it. To be clear, there is an abundance of lemon flavor. it tastes a lot like lemon.
All right. You guys have convinced me.
It tastes more like lemon than perhaps anything on earth besides a lemon. But I don't love the consistent. I almost wish it was either hard candy or just a gummy, like chewy thing. I don't like that it's kind of like in the middle. It's,
Great
I don't know.
point.
I don't know why. There's no real logic for that. But I can't ever tell if I'm supposed to bite it or suck it. So I am just going to give it. What's that?
Keep going.
What, like just caress it?
I saw your internal debate.
I had to stop and not make a dumb joke. I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I think it's it's solid. I will agree with you guys. It's like that. I can see myself. I don't think I could eat a lot of them in a sitting, but I could see myself just having a couple, here and there over the course of the box.
All right. Well, we're feeling generous tonight because I don't think I would have predicted a welcome visitor.
No.
From the Lemonheads. We didn't comment at old Mr. Lemonhead on the front there.
Looks very funny.
Yeah.
An unfortunate shaped head.
It's just and there's just a bow tie floating beneath him, which is an A+.
Those are neuticles.
Bow tie shaped neuticle? That's the ultra.
Who's got the segment?
It's me. Hold on, there's chocolate all over my hand from that fucking peanut cluster.
Still? We ate that a snack ago.
I set it over here and I accidentally put my hand on it. It was like melty and it got all over my hand. We ate that a snack ago. You act like that was yesterday. It was like 5 minutes ago.
If you got chocolate all over your hand and you still had it on. A full snack
fine.
later.
It was shit. I shit myself.
Okay. That's better.
Okay. So, guys. Sorry, the Lemonhead just got out of my throat. I have a lot of issues over here. Just give me a
supposed
second.
to reply there?
So, guys,
yes, Nick.
That's your cue. Yeah, fella.
Who's asking?
Usually when you're eating a thing of cups, right, peanut cups like we got today, how many are in a pack?
Dose.
2.
Dose. So in other words, would you say that's a duo of some sort?
Oh, the duos tournament.
The duos tournament with even less context this time. All right. So we've done this before. We're going to do it again. We're going to run through some matchups of famous duos, and you're going to tell us who the second winner of the You Tried Dat duos tournament is.
Who won the first time?
I listened to it this morning. I can't remember. I think
it was Waldorf and Statler.
It was Waldorf and Statler and Waldorf. Yes.
No, they lost to somebody.
Didn't they lose to Burger and Fries? I think.
Yes, they did because you had voted for them, and then you just to piss me off, you changed it at the last minute. Yeah,
I remember that was a great moment. Yeah.
Good old Burger and Fries. All right. So, like Burger and Fries, we're going to start off. Given that this is a food podcast, we'll start off with some food matchups. So, all
right, I take it back. These things are very lemony. Go ahead.
All right, lemon and neuticles. Now, all right, Chad, you can go first here. You're each going to give your thing, but Chad, you'll start on this one. The first matchup, Chad, I had you in mind for this one: Oreos and milk, or peanut butter and chocolate.
Oh.
All right, so that is tough, but if you look at it of like, okay, I can only have one for the rest of my life, it's definitely going to be peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
Because that's not just restricted to a Reese's cup. We were talking to Tex the other day, like Novak had the idea of dipping Hershey's bar into peanut butter. I like to make a Nutella and peanut butter sandwich. So there's lots of ways you can go there. Just more versatile.
Now, if I had said just cookies and milk, like chocolate milk, like because you like chocolate chip cookies and milk too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chad? Would that change it or no?
No, I think I'd still pick PB and chocolate, but it would be closer.
Yeah, I agree. Peanut butter and chocolate is the probably finest candy combination.
Yeah, I actually don't know how anything in this tournament is going to beat that, but
there is a risk of that. Yeah, but we'll see. All right. So on the other side of the food bracket, more savory options. You have the old chips and salsa, or you have surf and turf. So for this, it's steak and then let's say either lobster or crab legs or something, shrimp. Any of those options. Nikki knows.
Chips and salsa is fine. It actually is good just about in any form.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a big seafood fan,
Mm-hmm.
but if you gave me really the choice between you give me an appetizer or an entree here, I'm gonna take the steak, and I would take shrimp of those choices and way over chips and salsa.
I am curious, how many forms of chips and salsa, other than some chips and some salsa? What
Well,
other
I
forms
guess
is there?
different types of salsa you could have,
Okay.
Spicy or not. I think
Yeah.
no matter what type of tortilla chip you put in front of me, or whatever the salsa was, I would enjoy it.
Okay. Chad?
I actually don't even really like salsa, so this one's pretty easy. And I do love a good surf and turf. Like I used to be big on, like a New York strip and some skewer of shrimp next to it, something like that. So yeah, surf and turf for me.
All right. And so obviously then that leaves peanut butter and chocolate versus surf and turf. Chad, do I even have to ask or no?
I would say peanut butter and chocolate for me. Yeah.
No way.
I do think it is tougher than you think, because surf and turf is a nice hearty good meal, but peanut butter and chocolate's just it's just amazing. Can't beat it.
Okay. So peanut butter and chocolate comes out of the food bracket. All right.
Cool.
Down to thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Down to the movie bracket. All right. So we've got famous pairing Doc and Marty McFly from Back to the Future versus
1.21 gigawatts. Yeah.
Yep. Right. Versus Andy and Red from Shawshank. So Novak, are you first on this one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Those
that
are
is
two good
really
movies.
tough. I love both of those pairings.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when Red calculated all the gigawatts?
Yeah.
I've actually never seen the Back to the Future movies.
None of them.
What?
Yeah. I've seen...
How is that even possible?
I have managed to see the same scene from, I think it's Back to the Future 2, where like he's at an arcade and Biff comes in and they hoverboard away or something.
Yeah.
I've seen that scene like 5 times randomly, but I've never seen any of the rest of the movies.
Ooh.
Did you like the
You
scene?
should watch that first one with your kids. It's actually
Funny.
a good kids movie.
Okay. Doesn't he try to bone his mom or something?
That's mostly the main plot of the movie.
I mean,
yeah.
she tries to bone him. He tries not to bone
nice.
her. Yeah.
It's him going back in time.
Back in time.
Back in time to bone my mom. That's the whole point of the movie.
That's the whole... He went back in time just so he could not get boned by his mom? Or wouldn't he just stay in the present? That would solve that problem?
Well, actually, Doc's the one.
Oh.
He's like, holy cow, Marty, your mom's so fucking hot. Let's go
Is that why his hair's on end? Because he just came in his pants. He blew 1.1 jig of nuts.
1.21 neuticles.
So what do you got?
After all that talk, there's still a weird pairing because there's no real explanation as to why they're friends. I love that movie, but Shawshank is great. It's one of my favorite movies, and it's got to be Red and Andy for me.
I'm gonna go the other way. I do like Shawshank, but Back to the Future, the whole trilogy, I love. It's just even the much maligned third one, I still think is good. So yeah, for me, I just think those movies are so fun. So Marty and Doc.
That's fair.
Is the third one where he goes back in time and tries to avoid fucking his dad?
I think it's like he's trying not to fuck his like great grandma or something like
Yeah,
that.
'cause it's like in the Wild West.
Progressively further back in time to avoid fucking his ancestors. It was like Adam and Eve. He's like, there's only 2 of them.
He just wants to prove he can do it. He's like, I want to prove that I can resist my mom despite this raging boner.
That leads me to break
my
the tie.
great uncle Stegosaur.
There's look at her. She's so hot. No teeth.
No teeth.
Cavemen probably had teeth, I guess. I don't know. Cave women. They did not have neuticles. We know that. They had good old fashioned heavy swinging testicles.
Mm-hmm.
That will be me to break the tie. I am going to go Andy and Red because
Because you've never seen
because
this.
I've seen the movie. So that works. All right. The bottom of the bracket, we've got Dom Toretto and Brian, whatever his face is, from Fast and the Furious. So Paul Walker and Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Brian
I've
Versus-
never seen those movies.
You've never seen any of those?
Not a single one of them.
Really? Not
Mhm.
one of the 8 or whatever there are now?
There's
Is there 8?
there's
You
9.
haven't seen good movies. You're giving me shit about not seeing Fast and Furious.
There's 9 Fast and Furious mainline plus Hobbs and Shaw, which is the spinoff with The Rock and Jason Statham.
Gotcha.
The more they
Versus
make,
Hobbs
the
and
less
Shaw
and
now,
less
huh?
likely I'm going to watch. It's just more daunting of a task.
Yeah.
All right. So Dom and Brian, or Harry and Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
Well, just let me go because mine's
Yeah.
easy. Never seen Fast and Furious. I love Dumb and Dumber.
Right.
I even love the second one. Not the one
I never
with
saw the second one.
Not the one with the like other people who played them, but when they like did it a decade
When they were
later,
older
so.
and they went back.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
did it.
yeah. So I'm picking them.
Well, I can unironically say this, that Fast 5 is one of my top 3 favorite movies of all time. I really, really love that movie. I truly believe it's the best action movie ever made. And diminishing returns on many of the other movies. 6 and 7 are good. The rest kind of drops off a little bit there. But so I'm gonna go Dom and Brian.
I do what the only scene, like just like you've seen that same Back to the Future
Mhm.
scene. The one I see is where those two guys are like speeding through town, but then Vin Diesel has to go piss, and he like he pisses behind a tree. And
Do you remember that one where like Brian's just about to beat him in the drag race, and he has to throw on a size 15 diaper real quick? I think the funniest things about those movies is that because I've never seen the first couple. I think the first one I saw was 5. That's because that's the first one with the Rock in it, right?
That's
When they're
right.
in Brazil or whatever.
Yeah, they're in Brazil.
And like, I came in thinking the movie was about like 2 drag racers, right? Because isn't the premise of the first movie is that Paul Walker's a cop that tries to break up a drag racing ring?
It's Point Break in cars. Like they're stealing DVD players in the first movie. And then by the 5th movie, they're superheroes.
And by the 5th movie, they're jumping Lamborghinis out of a helicopter into a skyscraper and MMA fighting trained assassins.
Yeah.
I was like, what in the fuck just happened? This guy was like a glorified mechanic, and now he's taking on Randy Couture.
In the second movie, Ludacris owns a car dealership, and then in the 5th movie, he's the best hacker in the world.
But then it's like a bell curve, because then in the later ones they're just trying to not fuck their mom.
There's sexy moms parading around them while they just desperately try to keep their pants zipped.
It's like, I live my life a quarter mom at a time. That's what he said.
It's all about family. I didn't even have to change that one.
He does talk about family a lot. Yeah.
All right. I just going on what more. I've seen a bunch of I do find the Fast movies entertaining. I am going to put Brian and Dom ahead, only because I've seen Dumb and Dumber once, and I thought it was funny.
It is funny. It's a good movie.
I've never seen the sequel.
Yeah, me neither.
Or the one they made with the young kids or whatever. All right. So Andy and Red versus Brian and Dom. 2 dramatic.
Just get mine out of the way first again.
Yeah.
We know.
One of my favorite movies against movies I've never seen. So I'm going Andy and Red.
And one of my favorite movies against all right movie, pretty good. So I'm gonna go Dom and Brian.
All right, there's no
Save
way.
us here, Geiger.
There's no way I can. Fucking Tim Robbins gonna be like, I won a goddamn Oscar. Maybe I think he did he? I don't know. Yeah, no, there's no way I can take. Shawshank's a fantastic movie. I'm going to take Andy and Red over Don, mostly because also Vin Diesel is an unequivocal dipshit. Like, he just comes across like a huge moke.
Yeah.
So, all right.
But
The
Counterpoint.
most.
You guys haven't seen the deleted scene at the very end of Shawshank Redemption where, like, the ending monologue, he's like, I hope I get to see the beach. I hope I get to fuck my mom. Remember that part?
The most amazing person I ever met was Andy Dufresne's mother.
He crawled through 20 feet of sewer so he could get outside and take a piss.
I don't know what that woman was singing about on that record, but I know it was great fucking music. Give me the mom.
Okay. But the poster that he pulled back was actually Morgan Freeman's mom. Leaving it up in his cell the whole time.
He pulls back the Rita Hayworth poster, but under it is just a picture of the mom instead of a hole. That's the big reveal.
Stay safe, son. He's been jacking off to his mother this whole time.
He got those chess pieces or whatever so that he could carve a statue of the mom. And that's what's behind the poster.
We're basically recapping Shawshank, ladies and gentlemen. Scene by scene. The warden was actually his mom. No, all right. Okay, TV edition here.
Mm-hmm.
First matchup. Some
How often
shows...
do you really notice a man's mom?
some scenes.
How often do you really
from...
notice a dog's nuts?
All right, moving on. 2 shows from our childhood or our high school age or whenever this was. The Fresh Prince and Carlton from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Classic.
What was his name on the show? Was it just Will?
Yeah.
Fresh Prince? Okay. Will and Carlton. And Zach and Slater from Saved by the Bell. Now, to show you how little I've seen about Saved by the Bell, I couldn't remember the name of the show. So I Googled, I thought the guy's name was Jesse Slater. That's 2 different characters, correct? So I wrote Best Duo Jesse Slater, and it came up. So,
hey, that's pretty good.
Chad, we'll let you go first here. What do you think?
I was never a Saved by the Bell fan growing up. It just didn't click with me for whatever reason. I've seen maybe like 1.5 episodes or something total. I think that show's not good. So who was it up against? Oh, Will Smith. Yeah, Fresh Prince. I actually loved Fresh Prince. I watched that a lot. So yeah, I'll go Fresh Prince.
Yeah, I will too. I actually did like Saved by the Bell, but those 2 characters are nothing special. So
are they even like the main 2?
That was my problem. I don't know.
It's like I watched a lot of it. It's like Friends, where there's a bunch of main 6 of them or whatever. Right. So,
is there like a more iconic pairing from the show that maybe makes more sense? Like one of the
those 2 guys weren't even necessarily friends.
Oh, okay.
I think like Zach and Screech were more friends, and some of the girls. I don't know. Zach and Kelly seemed to be. They got married at some point. And,
my biggest connection to either of those shows, because I didn't watch either one growing up, was that Screech moved to my hometown, like after he was not famous anymore. Well, Port Washington, not my hometown, and he was a huge asshole to everybody. I think he got in a bar fight and pulled a knife on a guy.
Wow.
I believe he just passed away, actually. But
he did.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Dustin Diamond, you piece of shit. Okay. Well, he was a shithead to everybody in my hometown. So you don't mess with Port Washington, Wisconsin.
You don't fuck with Port.
We will bury you in the goddamn ground. All right. Okay. The other matchup, 2 famous TV couples. So we've got Urkel and Carl Winslow, who are kind of like the odd couple of the Family Matters. I did watch that show a lot.
Yeah.
And Willie and Kate Tanner.
Willie and Kate Tanner? What the fuck is that?
Alf.
Do you not know who Willie and Kate Tanner
are?
I know Full House Tanners, but
no.
Willie and Kate.
They were a mild-mannered suburban family whose garage was destroyed when an alien life form crashed into their garage.
Yeah. Alf.
They are the parents of the hit TV sitcom Alf.
Oh my god,
Willie and Kate.
I forgot their
classic
name was Tanner.
Pair. I'll go. This is very hard because I didn't really watch either of those shows at all. I probably have seen more Alf than Family Matters, to be honest.
Yeah, you have.
But I haven't really seen very much of either. And so, fuck you, Geiger. Family Matters.
Fair enough.
Look. I would have chosen Alf, but you
Mhm.
didn't even make Alf one of the people, right? Willie and Alf should have been the pairing because
It
they
was
kind
more
of
about
went
the
at.
reveal here. Yeah.
They kind of
Willie and Alf.
Wow, what amazing twist!
Willie.
Oh man, you missed the boat. It should have been Willie and Alf.
Well, look, Willie and Alf went at it the same way that Carl and Urkel went at it.
Remember
Okay.
when Alf ate a bunch of cats and was like, "Did I do that?"
And in like the later episodes, and the entire reason that Alf came to Earth was to avoid his own mother. He just couldn't.
He was trying to fuck his mom back on Melmac.
He was a sick man. So because of that mistake, I'm going with Urkel and Carl.
Man, Urkel and Carl. I genuinely think Reginald Val Johnson was kind of funny. Carl Winslow. I always kind of felt bad for him because half of the plots were about how fat he was all the time. It was like, "You're not eating sweets again, are you, Carl?" He had to get the
Half
script
of them?
every. Maybe not half, but a bunch. There was like a good fat joke in there once a week, and he had to just get the script and get depressed every day.
This week's
Oh.
episode: go on a diet, you fat fuck. Hey, what the?
Well, this seems pointed. This week's episode: Reginald loses weight, or we replace Carl on the show. Wait, what the fuck?
Reginald.
Hey, Reginald. You're like
In
walking around.
this scene, Urkel's gonna break the fourth wall and start talking to Reginald. Look, Reginald, the entire cast is worried about your health.
It's just an intervention on the set. I'm not really a nerd, but you really are fat.
This week, Urkel prefers stomach staple surgery on Carl, and he's like, "Wait, what? Are you even a doctor?"
All right. Fresh Prince and Carlton versus Urkel and Carl.
All right, yeah, Fresh Prince for me because that's the show I watched.
I don't think they're that funny. I got more laughs out of Urkel and Reginald. I like Reginald. Let him through.
Urkel and Reginald.
Look, he got shit on for all this time. He got nothing. Carlton got to go on and host AFV. So
Reginald was in Die Hard too.
Yeah. Not the first one? Wasn't it the first one?
Right.
I don't remember. One of them.
He was in the
Maybe
first
both
one.
of them.
Yeah, first one.
Yeah.
But even like half of that whole story is just that Bruce Willis is trying to raise money for his surgery.
Die Hard was a reference to how hard it is to die from a heart attack.
The original title was Die Heart Attack.
Just a picture of Reginald. Yeah.
It meant Die Hard as well because he was dying right next to John McClane.
Geiger, you're the tiebreak.
I'm going to go Urkel and Reginald. I watched Family Matters. I didn't watch Fresh Prince. I think that's a minor upset, actually. All right.
Yeah. Insane.
Bottom half of the bracket. This is the wild card round. So here we go. Calvin and Hobbes versus Scooby-Doo and Shaggy. I have a feeling this is going to be somewhat of a drubbing, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's got to be Calvin and Hobbes. They're actually funny.
Yeah, the best comic strip of all time. Yeah, easily Calvin and Hobbes.
That's a simple one. One's funny, one's dogs.
I mean, I guess I don't have a lot against Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby's fine.
It's a fine kids show.
It's fine, whatever. But
Terrible. Even as a kid, it was lame.
It was fine if it would have just stayed a kid's cartoon, but now that they're making all these, like, the computer-generated Scoobs and stuff like that, that's too far.
Yeah.
You really just hate big technology, huh? Just ruin the spirit of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, like Scooby-Doo's all huge now, and like they have to computer generate these gigantic neuticles for him. It's really awful.
Watermelon-sized animatronic neuticles. All right,
blowing 3/4 of their CGI budget on Scooby's neuticles.
Half the fucking storylines about how fat Fred is. Too much.
All right. And on the other half of the bracket, we've got Holmes and Watson.
Yeah.
favorite cyber detective.
Yeah.
Versus, again, probably another. When you said PB and J Chocolate, this is the one I was thinking of as a shot. Mario and Luigi.
It's a me.
Yeah.
It's a me, Mario.
Well, I actually don't know why I said because I'm not curious about this particular matchup because I don't care about Holmes and Watson. Like, I'll vote Mario Luigi. I guess I was just thinking further down.
All right.
Yeah, this is real unfortunate because one of them is a like classic literary bear.
And the other one's Holmes and Watson, yeah.
Mario and Luigi.
You remember reading Warp Tubes of the Baskervilles when you were famous novel by Shigeru Miyamoto or whatever. All right. Okay, so that leaves Mario and Luigi against Calvin and Hobbes.
Whew. It's not easy.
No.
I'll go first. Mario and Luigi are great. They've brought a lot of joy to my life with their Mario and Luigi games.
You never say the one you like first.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Sometimes Chad does to fuck with us, but I don't.
I am not tone picking.
And since they're so great, that's why. Calvin and Hobbes are very funny and sort of in a league of their own in the genre of comic strips, right? Lots of other great video games. Many of the Mario games are good. Not necessarily because of those two dudes or their like personalities or characteristics. So I'm going Calvin and Hobbes.
Well, Calvin and Hobbes are great. Look, I grew up reading Calvin and Hobbes. They are in a league of their own, like really far above pretty much any other comic strip. So Calvin and Hobbes.
Okay.
I do love Mario and Luigi. I will say that, but like, yeah, they're not even my favorite video game series.
Right.
Whereas Calvin and Hobbes
Literally,
is my favorite comic strip.
They're literally all over the wall behind you.
True.
Accurate. All right.
I do
We're down to
have
the final
Mario
four now.
decals all over my wall.
Literally,
is
Mario
true.
is peeking over your couch cushion right now, staring right at you.
Yes.
All right. Okay, that's interesting. I actually would have gone Calvin Hobbes too. So I really thought that one might just run roughshod. So, all right. R.I.P. Mario and Luigi. So, final four. We're gonna go back at the top of the bracket, where you guys get to try to figure out whether you like Andy and Red or peanut butter and chocolate.
I mean, I wasn't even voting for Andy and Red last round, so I'll go peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
I love Andy and Red, I really do, but
Right.
I think it's peanut butter and chocolate has to go to the finals.
Yeah, this is like Duke running through the tournament right now. This is no fun. All right, here we go. Bottom of the bracket.
I actually well, okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say you thought Mario and Luigi might run roughshod, but I think there's a chance Calvin and Hobbes might run roughshod.
That's
Right,
true.
right.
I did think Mario and Luigi might be the other obvious choice, just because I know how much you like Nintendo and Mario and whatnot. All right. Calvin and Hobbes versus Urkel and Reginald Vell Johnson. We're changing it to Urkel and the actor. I mean, come on now.
Yeah, I've said what needed to be said here. Calvin and Hobbes is where it's at.
Yeah, put him to. I'm glad that Reginald made a little run, but I think we have a good final setup.
It was good for his self-esteem. All right. Calvin and Hobbes versus the almighty peanut butter and chocolate.
Man, this is really difficult.
This is legit tough. Yeah. It is.
Like, my first thought is, which one would I not be okay living in a world without? And that is peanut butter and chocolate. However, that doesn't necessarily make it the best duo, right? If we're going by the way of duo, because peanut butter is great with other things, chocolate's great with other things. Calvin isn't great without Hobbes. I don't want to just read this Calvin, right? They need each other.
There's this shitty little kid walking around for every panel.
There's like a Garfield minus Garfield, but it's Calvin and Hobbes minus Hobbes, and he just looks insane.
Ooh, so, I don't know why. I'm gonna go with my gut here. I think that duo of Calvin and Hobbes is solid as solid can be. I'm gonna run with them as the top duo today.
It's a very, very good duo. But I just wish Calvin and Hobbes was a Reese's cup. So I'm going to go chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh,
so,
I
Geiger?
figured. Okay. Man, I was really hoping you just. I don't want this pressure.
Yeah, I know. I questioned my choice already, but it's in.
I hear what you're saying. Like, I've enjoyed peanut butter and chocolate more than I have Calvin Hobbes, and part of the problem also is that I've read all the Calvin Hobbes that I can possibly read. Like, there's no new Calvin Hobbes to enjoy. But when my son discovered Calvin Hobbes, because I had all the collected editions of the strips, he loved them, and we sat there like reading them together, and like I reread them all. And I just remember how much I loved it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I think for me, what Novak said rang true of like, there's still other delicious chocolate in the world. There's really no comic strip I like that much beyond Calvin and Hobbes. Like there's others that have been funny. Like I liked Far Side, and I liked a few others, but Calvin and Hobbes is. Dude's very, no, I'm kidding.
Hager, the horrible.
Mary Fourth, or Mary whatever. Sally Fourth. Family Circle.
For better or
Reginald
worse,
V.
where like a dog dies every week or whatever happens. I remember
That's the
reading
premise
as a
of that.
kid, like,
Yeah.
like for better or for worse,
It's
like
a guy putting down dogs.
yeah, like
Wasn't that Marmaduke?
no, like I remember as a kid reading a For Better or Worse, and like their dog drowns in a river, and I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? Like this is awful.
There was one where like, yeah, the dog, is that the same one? I think like the dad loses the job and the mom gets like sick or something. Like everything is just horrible. It's like this constant heartstring puller thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been beating around the bush, but I
read that with Jake and be like, this is what life's really like.
Lambo's gonna drown in a river. Be prepared.
Life's like Dick Tracy. Comes a partial story at a time. You never have any fucking clue what's going on.
You're surrounded by grotesque freaks.
Yeah.
One day he's fighting Two-Face, and then he's fighting fucking Reginald Johnson. I don't know.
Remember when he faced off for that one arc against the actor Reginald Johnson? That was pretty fucked up.
Who are his guys?
Dick Tracy?
Prune Face. Isn't
Prune
Face?
Face. There was a guy named like 88 Keys or something. We also had the collected Dick Tracy edition.
Little Face, so Finny, like, the brow, shaky, pear shape, blank.
Pear shape.
Pear shape. Was he just overweight, or was his face so shaped like a pear?
Pear shape.
Is that Reginald Johnson?
Wow, there's a lot of
the brow.
The brow.
This
pear shape.
This Wikipedia page is really long of villains.
Top heavy.
Muffin top.
Ankles. There's one
That's
called.
Domino.
There's one called Normal Jones.
Normal. He just looked regular. That was his gimmick.
He's the only villain that doesn't look like a fucking freak show. So they call him Normal.
What? Why was it the only villain's head had physical deformities?
There's one called Braces.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Normal Jones. All right. Well, it's Calvin and Hobbes for me, unfortunately, in a somewhat upset, I think.
Wow.
But Calvin and Hobbes will join the hallowed ranks of burger and fries as the most sacred of all duos. So there you go.
Oh, and then Dick Tracy and Pear Shape.
And then probably either like Normal Jones and Weird Jones.
Dick Tracy just visited like the 3rd floor of the local hospital where the most severe injured and deformed people were.
Pear
Pissed them
Shape.
all off.
Pear Shape looks very funny.
I gotta look up Pear Shape.
Pear Shape now.
I'm gonna look up Normal Jones now.
Normal
Tracy.
Jones.
Yeah, the search results aren't very good, but anyway.
Pear Shape. Oh, Pear Shape.
Those hips
He
don't
does
lie.
look great. No, they don't.
He's just got a big ass. He's like a regular looking guy with glasses who has a big ass.
All right.
Jeez.
Speaking of peanut butter and chocolate, let's eat these Quest
let's
cups.
eat it.
Yeah.
Okay, the Quest Cup boasts. It comes in a pack of 2. It really is identical package set wise to the Reese's Cup. On the front, it says less than 1 gram of sugar, which is a key point here because.
But
it's how is that good?
Yeah, but it's still 190 calories. So I thought if
Right.
there was no sugar, they were going to sweeten it with fucking aspartame or something. But like, where are these calories coming from then?
Yeah, there's 11 grams of protein, which is high. And a lot of these protein bars, as we've tried, aren't great. So let's give it a shot. They are very melty. We did read that they can't take much heat, so I think in the shipping at some point, the Geiger's mind melted a bit.
Yeah.
The only real difference from the Reese's packaging is they don't have the little black wrapper around them. Otherwise, they're still in like a cardboard sleeve or whatever. Same shape.
Man, this thing. So, is it supposed to be 1 bar or 2 things?
It's supposed to be
look like this.
Oh boy, I'm so sorry. It's supposed to be 2
okay.
cups that look exactly like a
Oh,
Reese's cup.
wow, that is not.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yours looks like a Snickers bar or something.
Yours looks like the neuticles. Mine just looks like the Coca-Cola.
Oh,
I wish there was pecans.
I should say these were requested by past guest of the podcast, Nick Ramirez from Hungry Cat Daily.
Oh, does he like these?
Yeah, I think he said he's been super into them lately, and so he wanted us to try them, get our thoughts since we love Reese's stuff so much.
Before we rate, you should know I've been reading up on Pear Shape's biography.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The man known as Pear Shape was the owner and operator of a popular weight loss correspondence course. This was ironic as Pear Shape himself was heavyset, as his name would indicate.
Fair.
And then there's different headings for like things that happen over the story. I'll just run through the headings. Jewel thief and killer, living in his office, hiding out at the health spa, escape in a helicopter, prison and reform.
Did he sink the helicopter with his bulbous pear-shaped ass? Go back to jail.
Anyway, these cups, there's that protein taste to the peanut butter.
Yeah.
And that's a no good. It's not bad. The chocolate actually tastes pretty decent for having no sugar anywhere in this thing. But it's just off. And if you're going to come at the king, you best not miss.
That's right.
And they took a shot. It didn't work out. I thought I expected a little more. Who recommended? Oh, you said Robert recommended them.
No,
Is
Nick.
it because?
Nick Ramirez.
Oh, Nick did, and he liked them.
Yeah, he likes
He
them.
just saw them.
Mhm.
Okay, but he's like in shape and stuff, isn't he?
I mean, more so than us, yeah.
Okay.
As much as the guy who does a Garfield podcast every day, probably.
You would describe him as less pear-shaped than we are.
I'm decidedly more pear-shaped.
I would describe him as more of a normal Jones.
I hate to do this, so I'm going to downgrade it on principle of they took a classic and they fucked with it. It's not good. It's like, to me, the equivalent of someone making a gluten-free brownie and telling me it's still good. It's not. It's not still good.
Stop lying to me.
I feel targeted. We've probably done that to you.
Yeah, I was looking straight at you. Can't tell, but I was straight at your picture. So I'm going to give it a high level disliked it. Geiger.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame the form factor or anything, because it was just the process of melting. It's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah.
Novak's right. It's just the peanut butter is fucked. The peanut butter doesn't taste good. The peanut butter doesn't really even taste like peanut butter. I could see if I was like, I don't want to say diabetic, because I'm not sure if this is good for someone with diabetes, but who was trying to cut down on sugar, or for whatever reason couldn't eat sugar. I could see this being like one of the better candies I could still have. I'd see that maybe,
right,
or like the closest I could get to a peanut butter cup. Fortunately, as you can tell by my Reginald Vell Johnson type body type, that I can eat sugar anytime I fucking want. Okay, guys. I am much more able to do that than I could be to eat this thing. It's okay. It's not the worst thing. I don't want to make it sound like this horrible piece of shit candy. It's just not good. I'd say it's a dislike that. The peanut butter, the chocolate's fine. Like Novak said, it's just the peanut butter that really kind of, and it just is one of those things that even though you want to rate it on its own, it's just always going to be inevitably compared, and we'll just suffer in comparison. If I had never had a Reese's cup, I might like it a lot more than I do, but we all know what it tastes like in the back of our head, and that's subconsciously what you're expecting.
Okay, I think the Lemonheads are winning this thing, but Chad, what do you think?
Yeah. I did want to like these. I really did. But it and the chocolate is, the chocolate's all right, but it's like you guys said, there is something about the consistency there that really doesn't work. I would actually say maybe these are like a high level indifferent, because the flavor is not too bad while you're eating it, but then it sits in my mouth and I really don't like the aftertaste. And I feel like I've been harping on aftertaste a lot the last like couple weeks. I don't know why that is, but the aftertaste here is really like stale in my mouth and in a weird way. So for that reason, I am going to drop them down to just a very high level dislike that. I think they're okay, but yeah, they're just not what I want in a peanut butter cup.
It does show that chocolate and peanut butter doesn't hit every time.
Yeah.
As they seem to miss here.
Twice.
So the winner is the Lemonheads, which I wouldn't have called
Nope.
at all. So Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
If you ever went back in time to avoid fucking either of your parents, if you don't appreciate being relentlessly hounded by a famous detective because you happen to be slightly pear-shaped, if you enjoyed Calvin and Hobbes, if you I don't know, enjoy any of our duos here and had your own thoughts on them, if you liked any of the snacks we tried, had your own thoughts on them, if you wanted to suggest any snacks and give us your thoughts on them, if you wanted to give your thoughts about the general podcast, you can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com. You can reach out to us on Twitter, #YouTriedThat, on our Facebook group, You Tried Dat, or you can also listen to us on YouTube or on Instagram. All over the place. You can find us and let us know and interact. If you like it, please leave a review and a star and whatever else, and tell all your friends and family. And as always, thanks for listening.
All right. That'll do it. We're going to be heading towards the holidays. We're almost here till the Christmas time, so make sure you are liking, subscribing, leaving a review, and we'll be back next time. We're trying out 3 brand new snacks.
Deuces.
Yep.